Hello and good evening, all of my various Vikings. This is, well, I always do that. I always get this mixed up. I am the Corundum Cat, and this is the Banner Saga Part 2, direct continuation of our previous irregularly scheduled playthrough of the Banner Saga, and took about a week off from the heart-rending emotional trauma of the ups and downs of this particular voyage, and honoring the fallen. As we left off last time, the caravans had met in the great city of Borsgard, laid siege by the dredge, themselves no mere always chaotic, evil placeholder race of morally uncomplicated mooks to battle, but a race of refugees driven out of their own homes, just as we are trying to survive in an increasingly hostile world as a mysterious and hostile darkness has begun to swallow the land. The world is ending. Ragnarok happened a little while ago, and it's catching up to the rest of us. So, with the tragic death, spoiler alert, of our former POV character, Rook, hard-working single father, once from the quiet mountain town of Skoger, as his daughter, Alette, is now going to be our new lead. And unless I miss my guess, I've just reinstalled this. I believe there is a import mechanic when we go to new game, and we can actually just pick up precisely where we left off. Let's find out if that's true. New game. Yes, we can, for not at all sinister reasons, we can choose who our main character is going to be, or import a saved game. And what is that? May 27, 2026. Yep, that is us. Let's start up with that. And let's get into it.
Tíminn líður áfram, eins og straumþung á sem fleytir okkur áfram. Time continues washing over us, moment after moment, like waves on a coast. Some more fierce, more violent than others. So few of my kind, the giant war, remain alive. Even so, I find myself wondering if humans, while able to bear children, suffer more for the loss of loved ones. Several weeks have passed since we slew the Sunder known as Bellower, but the chaos of the world did not wither as we hoped. The world is breaking. We sail aboard hastily crafted ships for the safety of Arberain, the human capital. But the river curses us with a clear view of the dredge, assaulting another hopeless village.
Are we called to be big damn heroes? I think this makes us the biggest damned heroes. Okay. Yep, initiative order. That is all as we remember it. Where you can move. Some heroes, Varl are big. Yep. make a reach, then which you smash obstacles. Yep. I'm not going back through all the tutorial stuff because it was not so long ago for me. It was not so long ago for you. Alio, our new boy. Okay. Okay, getting right back into it. The villagers' reactions range from terrified by the foes to awestruck at your arrival. Their leader approaches and bows in front of Ivor. Your timing makes me think the gods have returned. Please, He stops when Ivor nods his head towards you. The man peers under your hood. A girl leaves those who saved us from those things. She ordered us to land. Those things are dredge, like the ones you probably heard about as a kid. And between losing so many clansmen in this, I feel I'm not myself. I thank you, child. He whips his cloak back with a flourish. I'm Leo, the Scald. And your name? Man, don't go telling Scalds your name. They put you in sagas. This is how it happens. Elette, this is Ivor. Ah, names destined for history. That sounds like the brave poet is going to use us in a few proper verses. I'll even make them rhyme, given the time. Yeah, like that. It's that easy. His smile seems genuine, as much as the concern that follows. Do you have any idea what might be causing the deep rumbling underfoot? Yeah, a giant snake that eats mountains. Deep rumbling? It could be that giant serpent again. The serpent in the sun? Rather me out. I am no holy man, but joking about dead gods feels wrong. I don't think the sun serpent would break mountains and try to swallow us all. Who could say with the sun stopped in the sky like it is? Aleo looks skeptical. Well, tell me, did you come from Barsgard? We heard rumor the Sunder Belwer was sacking the town. Oh, we killed Belor. Elo pauses and looks to Ivor, who confirms your statement with a nod. Why would we tell a bard that? Oh, that was sloppy of me. History indeed. Sunder slayers here among us. Tips. There's so many questions to ask. They'll have to wait until we're safely back in the longships, leaving this place. The Skald nods his understanding, but another question creases his brow. Leave? Not to sound ungrateful, but this place, it's all we have. It's our home. So Alet has got to be growing in a hurry into commander of this whole thing. I felt the same when Skurg was overrun. We don't have time to commiserate, right? Like, I'd stay if we had a choice, but you ain't got it. Your home is about to be destroyed by Dredge. He doesn't need to know that. He can see that. It's happening. Fine, but no one else will come to save you. I think, honestly, let's give him the soft soap. We saved you. We're leaving. You want to come along? Get on the boat. You don't? Good luck. Have fun. Fine, but no one else will come to save you. The Skald looks around at the small huts of his village. But Barsgard is the only other place I've seen in my life. This is all my family knows. I think it's really as tragic as you're making them sound. Probably worse. Leo looks back and forth between you and Ivor before nodding. Packing and tending to our dead will take some time, but I'll have everyone on the ship soon. You watch Leo rejoin his family. Moves his hands too much when he talks. It's unsettling. You smile, but say nothing. People think we're heroes now? The world is breaking in more ways than one. It's not the first time you've been called a hero, Ingvar. Ivor, your father's closest friend, looks unamused. He is one of the giants known as Jarl, who has fought Dredge in the Northern Winters, personally killed one of their generals, the Sunder Rays, and lost an arm to the Sunder Bellower. Yeah, your humor reminds me of your father's, since we're talking about things we'd rather avoid. Oh boy, how much are we dodging the fact that our father died like 2 weeks ago, trying his best to save the world? And after Alet specifically wanted to be the one to confront Belor. Yeah, oof, boy. Honestly, I think at 2 weeks, it's just you just keep hoping you wake up. I just keep hoping I wake up and see my dad again. Yeah, I keep thinking this is one of Rook's pranks, like when you made your mother think he had the plague. Oh, wow, that's not cool. Ivor's smile fades when he sees your face. Sorry. I'm sure thinking about losing one parent is hard enough. I like hearing how they work together. Happy humans, I used to call them. She made him smile, he made her laugh. Yeah, yo. All y'all out in the future here, it don't get better than that. Aim for that. The rest will work itself out. You look so much like her when you smile. The entire caravan seems to enjoy it too. He walks towards the village, leaving you alone with your thoughts. God, what a shot. Oh, because it's our title card. Yeah. All right. I see him. The reflection in the river, fantastic. Chapter 8. From their homes must all flee. Notably, we're starting in Chapter 8, as this is a direct continuation of the previous game. Those are okay, yeah. Because we imported our previous campaign, we have the self-same number of clansmen, fighters, Varl, and Renown. I imagine we have the same cast and hopefully the same equipable items. I don't know what the defaults are if you start fresh, because I think I've only actually played this once before, and it was again imported previous. Anyway. Traveling merchants are surprisingly well stocked. Ubin, the old Varl, dubbed Scrivener, says, since Morsgard our numbers have grown, people have scavenged for food and eaten it too. Regardless, we'll need plenty of supplies considering our destination. We've got a lot of supplies. We were running pretty frugal at the end of the in our previous segment. We got 28 days, though. Obviously, that will go down due to misadventure and inevitably recruiting more people into the caravan. Where can I find the merchants? You can't miss them, he says. A group of tents they call a market. Thanks, Ubin. Of course, he says. I almost forgot. There's something ruffling the feathers of ravens, the mercenaries who followed us from Bursgard. Shout their leader Bolvork, but be careful. He's not like other Warl. Medallion gives you information. Yep. I'm familiar with that. I do like that we have the quick version of the map now, just whenever we're at camp, not requiring like a separate watchtower. That's a quality of life improvement. We have made it from Borisgard, a couple weeks down the the Orms River, passing Ormsdaler. I believe that is the settlement which is currently being sacked and burnt. The Ormsa River, excuse me, missed a syllable. And our hope is that we can just sail all the way down to Filska, and then uh, Evering's on the coast, yeah. So we can just get down to Filska Bay, past the fisheye, and then just I don't know, either get off at what is that, Ungelsdarder, and head up the road, or just come all the way up to Arboring on the coast there at the Jarlsford. A simple plan, the best we've had in a long time, with no chance of misadventure or complication. Don't mind the fact that we're going to be passing by the Plains of Slaughter, right? Perfectly safe. They only call it that to keep the tourists from visiting. And who can blame them, really? Okay, first day. All right, additional supplies to the market. What price are they asking? 1 to 5. We have 250 supplies, 28 days. Let's go. It's going to make us buy some. All right. Well, only a few an hour. If we're spending down renown, we may as well spend down to 35. Fives are always going to be break points. And yes, character level goes up. We capped out at 5 previously. Now you can see we have items that are like level 9, because level 10, I believe, is our new cap. And items get absolutely silly much past level 5. So what do we got here? Oh yeah, like buffing all of the entire talent trees. +2 ranged distance and +2 armor is incredible. What is that? Strength resist and will per kill. +2 to all talents and 1 will per turn. Oof. I'm tempted by that. Let me check our heroes real quick. We don't have the Heroes Lodge unlocked yet. We'll get that in a moment, I'm sure. How's Odd doing? Oddleaf, my girl. I guess my surrogate mother figure at this point. Oddleaf. A friend and mentor is demonstrating fletching an arrow to a few people as you approach. Yes, she's sort of the head of our archer corps. The many housewives and fisherwomen which have joined the fighters answer up to her. Give us a moment, will you? The group walks away as Oddleaf stands and wipes loose feathers from her tunic. Those people owe you their lives. Your decision to stop here saved every one of them. Well, our clansmen all agreed. Don't be naive. Saving people is what you do, what your father did. Those under this banner agreed because they follow you. Okay, man. Everybody needs someone in their life like Oddleaf. Still best girl, no offense to Alette and her new responsibilities. Her tone is forceful. You almost smile to break the tension. Almost. Alette, they respected Rook, and that respect has passed to you. But give them any reason to doubt you, and it'll vanish. Alright. I mean, she's not wrong. If there's anyone who understands the precarious nature of being a woman in a position of power in this world, it is Oddleaf, as established previously. So, then I won't give them a reason to doubt me. She stares at you for a drawn-out moment before nodding. Her demeanor softens. I wanted to discuss the clansmen. They're good at scavenging for food, and the more we have, the more food they'll find. Training some of them to fight will help keep the others safe, but it takes time, and I'm not sure we have much of that to spare. As our leader, you're expected to decide how many fight and how many look for food. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Odd. You turn to leave, but Oddleaf stops you. She grabs you in a tight hug. Rook had a way of making it easy for all of us to be stronger. Her words seem to be as much for her as they are for yeah, Odd was carrying that torch. Egil's still alive. We made him through the first game. Incredible. This boy got so many death flags. What up, Egil? How you doing? You find Egil, or Gil, engaged in conversation with Prince Ludden, and wait to approach. I figured it wouldn't hurt to ask. I didn't know there were rules on how to ask. But now you do. My father clearly needs to enforce customs across the backlands of his kingdom. He looks so terrible with his skeevy, thin little mustache. Oh my goodness. Hey, so this is free advice for any young men that might stumble across this in the future. You know you. So I grew full facial hair my sophomore year of high school, and I realized that that's not necessarily the standard, right? But this little this little skeevy, not quite Ricky Ricardo pencil thin mustache here. No. Either do it or don't, but don't do this. Oh, out here where we earn a name for ourselves instead of being born with a title. Ludin, surprised by the comment, sees you standing nearby. He straightens his posture. Your words are getting the better of you. I'll attempt to forget what you've just said. Boy, I'm gonna make you eat that spear. You get to choose which end. The prince nods to you and walks away. What was that all about? Gil looks shocked to see you. Nothing. Just becoming a king's guard requires more than skill. You need a name. King's guard? You're looking forward to harboring, ain't ya? I'm just thinking about the future, you know? He suddenly looks concerned. Hey, listen, I'm sorry for not fighting by you during the attack. Well, you don't need. No, I do. I promised your father I'd always protect you. Okay, don't grill. I mean, you don't need to grill the boy, right? Like he already said he was sorry. You ain't gotta, put arrows into his unprotected back. I don't need protecting. But I could use a friend. Girl could use a friend. You'll have more chances. True. Things happen fast, so I didn't even notice. Yeah, make not. I think honestly at the moment, I think Aelette needs a friend more than a bodyguard because she is going to grow into quite the badass. I get that, and we are friends, but he searches for the right words. The point is, I'm around if you need me. Thanks, Gil. That means a lot. You give him a brief smile before walking away. Gil, don't develop a crush on the boss. And don't do it in the middle of a war. Just tossing it out here. And won't this be a fun conversation? Bulwark! How you doing, big guy? The Varl mercenary leader, Bulwark, and a rather large female fighter are talking to Yuno, a member of the spell-weaving Mender's Council. Well, she is a member of the Valka, the scary Menders. Bulwark looks annoyed. Nothing unusual. There is no haggling on this. You already accepted the offer in Barsgard. Get this one to do it. Get me to do what? If Juno's surprised by your presence, it doesn't show. She continues to stare straight at the Varl. Alet is seeing to the survival of this caravan, something I doubt you care to do. Oh, she's a little small for such a big role, isn't she? I'm sorry. Like, Valka is gotta be Minnesota nice because she is an absolute tank and charmingly blonde. And that is what a character design. I love Falco. We're going to be seeing a lot of her as well. Best for everybody. Okay, don't. Okay, don't. You're big for your small role. Well, we don't got to pick fights. We don't got to. We don't got to. We don't got to put her on blast. Just to go. Don't talk to me like I'm not here. You want to talk? You talk to me. You're right. Sorry for being rude. Unfortunately, this is a private matter. Her look at Bulwark says she expects him to keep it private. Ivan needs my help with healing the wounded, but we should leave soon. See Hakon at the dock when you're ready. Juno leaves without another word.
Fine, Valka. One of these days, Claw and Fang will get thirsty for Spellweaver blood.
Claw and Fang? Oh, his axes! The large axes are polished, the blades sharp, and the cheeks scarred from plenty of use. But it's the gray handles that stand out. They're unlike anything you've seen before.
So you're leading this rabble now?
Only to Arbring. Then it's King Meinelf's job.
Like he's got the answer to any of this. He'd royally piss himself if he ever saw a dredge.
The pig-tailed fighter laughs. What's your name? Oh, I'm Volka, shield maiden in charge of keeping the ravens alive. Bulwark gives her a stern look, but she doesn't back down. Oh, I already know who you are, chieftain. I heard this problem. You know what? Don't engage on unimportant deals. Bulwark is not a man who looks for small talk. Look at this guy. I heard there's a problem I should know about. The Varl seems to grow taller and more wild as he takes a step towards you.
You stopping to save every fine idiot along the river will get us all killed.
Well, makes more sense to only stop the ships when we need supplies. Hey, yo, if all you were wondering what their alignments are, the Ravens are a mercenary company.
And get rid of half these useless people, too. They're slowing us down.
That's not gonna happen. No, thanks though.
We'll see what happens when you really get desperate, kid. If you're even still in charge of these fools.
Bulwark snorts and turns his attention to a large sealed cart behind him. His bare cloaked back indicates the conversation is over. No heroes menu. I guess that'll be our next tutorial. Okay, I don't... Okay, yeah, that doesn't show up in options. I guess we just don't have the... We don't have the menu yet, which is a shame because I'd kind of like to check on people's level ups and see if I have enough renown spare to get some of that swag. I mean, 14 for +2 to all talents. Like... Obviously, no one is level 7 yet, because we capped out at level 5 previously, and I don't think that Alet was even level 5. I might have left her at 4. But I do want +1 to all talents, because that's great. Or +2 to all talents. You know what? We're going to treat ourselves. We didn't immediately start hostility with Bolvark, so we're gonna give ourselves just a nice little, you know, cats can have a little salami. And we don't really need to rest. We have great morale. It's probably... Oh, and it's the start of a fresh day. We have great morale. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's get out. Let's get on the water. We're wasting time. The wooden planks of the well-used dock creak as you walk across them. Hakon, a warrior recently acknowledged as King of the Varl. Oh, His Majesty Hakon. Not sure I was made for this, he says as you approach. Commanding in battle is one thing, but deciding how many chickens we need to bring... He's going to be too proud to ask for help from the human leader, I think. You're handling this fine, dude. We got 329 Var. You know how this works. You're good. You're great. I'm happy to have you on board, Hakon. Not looking for praise, Hakon says. I just want to know what we're expecting when all this is over. Or when this is all over. There's so few Var left. How do I keep my people alive? You search for something to say, but he stops you. I'm not looking for an answer from you either. It's something a Varl king should be able to figure out. Let's sail. Let's sail. After lighting the funeral pyre, the last villagers find seats on your rickety longships built of scrap wood scavenged in Borskad. The ravens find space around a large cart on their black-sailed vessel. Oars slowly move all the boats into the river's current. Yeah, we are just drifting. Safest for everybody. I don't think a lot of these, terrified refugees are good sailors. Also, I love that we have the flagship with the literal banner bearing our ever-increasing saga. The complaints of a few are growing. What does she really know about getting a Starbring safely? A smith says. A few others chime in with agreement. Oh, her father was something else, but her! She should be looking for a husband, not telling me what to do. Some laugh, others encourage him. Boy, you best check yourself. Oddleaf looks at the group of men before turning to you. She seems interested in hearing your response. Ignoring them undermines our authority, every joke that they make. My father was great. I hope you remembered this fondly. All we're doing is comparing ourselves. They knew he was great. They were just saying he was something else. They leave before you can't leave. Yo, shout out to a Bronx Tale. Now you can't leave. Leave now before I... Leave now? Before I decide not to let you? Relax, girl, the smith says. We're not the only ones with doubts about you. And if you ever threaten me again, you draw your bow and aim. I've got too much going on to repeat myself. The men look angry, but no, they're outnumbered. They disembark at the next turn in the river. Adleif looks impressed. Yeah, no. You don't stand for it. This is not a democracy. I will trade 5 clansmen for 5 renown. Look how many clansmen I've got. Aleo looks ill. At least it's not the brackish sea, he whispers to himself as he steps around rowers and baggage to speak to you. I'm not sure we were all built for aquatic voyages, he says. And I hear our ring is quite a distance away. My people could use a few hours rest on... No, it is the same day we departed. You can rest later. Suck it up. The hopeful look from others sway you and you signal for the ships to make land. Ah, too soft. Would you mind telling me why the capital is our destination? Leo asks. Arborings walls have never been breached. Yeah, that doesn't... It is the furthest place from the dredge, though they are obviously following us. The Menders there can protect us. And yeah, We got a 900-pound gorilla with us. We may, if we have to tolerate Juno's creepy mysticism, we may as well, use her title to our advantage. The Valka's Juno. This is the Menders there can protect us. Menders, the Skull's shoulders slump. We were all hoping for something more substantial. He realizes Ivan and Juno can hear him. I thank you for healing my people, but we're talking about an army of Drage. The Valka and her apprentice share a smile, but say nothing. Drage, Aelio says, almost in awe. Man and Varl storied foe from oh so ever long ago. Dude, okay, I love that he just casually speaks in rhyme, and I get the feeling that, like, obviously it's a bit they're doing for the character. I get the feeling that this is just he's a poet, like he's just so used to being a poet he's probably isn't even consciously doing it. It just comes out. At least that's how I'd choose to interpret. But real and here, how have they made it so far south? His glance at the Varl is met with both anger and shame. The longship rocks gently, and the Skald grabs rope to steady himself. If only we had the fabled horses to ride upon, we'd outpace the dredge and be on sound footing. His dramatized misery is almost as amusing as his thanks when he steps back into land. Hey, yo, yeah, horses just went extinct, which is not great. Alright, he's a clown, but he's good for morale. I guess that's the best we can handle. Doctor, I am Pagliacci. This is a map of the world. You can explore it by dragging the mouse to pan. Yep. We know. Location. Yep, a Let's icon. That's our caravan. Heading westward down the Ormsund. Let's click on Borsgard to find out more. I know. All I know is we left. Click on Ormstaller to find out more. Stromlithers beneath. Ormstaller is one of the most important places. It's settled, nestled in the crook where the Orms River splits. Yeah. This is the. Oh, alright. Borskour was the bad town, and Ormsdaller is the righteous brother. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. Sorry, the righteous brothers had to. Reaching Arbering, the human capital, is the ultimate goal of the caravan. It is hoped that the walls of the entrance do provide safety against the deepening catastrophe. Click on Arbering. From humble beginnings to eventual seat of power for the king, Arbering is the most populated and contested city throughout the human lands. Its towering obsidian walls have been pulled from the depths by the weaving power of the Menders. As each new generation of residents builds another ring of walls, the city continues to grow larger, more indulgent, more dangerous. That's sick. Ever-expanding magical stone walls hewn cold by geomantic powers of the Menders Council. Pretty good. I'm here for it. And we'll review the map a little more. We geeked out about that last time a lot, so let's keep going. You can return to the map. Yep, we have the map button. Good to know. As you travel through the world, time passes. Yep. Time passes. How many supplies we got? We can rest. Yeah, we know. And we can make camp whenever we want now. Oh, click here to camp. It's going to make me. Okay. Tutorials! Oh, and it's going to force me to rest, too. Well, I'm glad I didn't at the last one, if it's going to make me spend supplies now. Ah, we have the Hall of Heroes. Okay, that's worth 1 day's supplies. What's our roster? Who's our rooster? Okay, yeah, it looks like we do have our items from before. Yep, and even still equipped on their previous owners. Fantastic. And, yep, unit abilities. Cool. Level cap has increased, which is great for us. Oh, Alet was already at 5. We did finish upgrading her. Oh, we left Odd at 4. Okay. All right. And let's Aleo, I'm sure you're a nice guy. What the heck do you do, Bard? Tale worth telling. Oh, he just buffs damage. 1 damage for every 2 strength the enemy is buffed. Oh, okay, so he's an equalizer. Tale worth telling is for when we're fighting like dredge stone guards and destroyers. He can make up for strength differences. Very helpful. And Scald Song adds +1 willpower to all allies within 1 tile of an ally who delivers a killing blow. Okay, so he doesn't have to be within 1 tile. If we are, shoulder to shoulder, we just get willpower for killing blows. Good to know. Valuable. Not sure it's so valuable. His stats could definitely use some work, but let's look at the rest of the ranks. I don't know if he's going to be like in the active party even, because we got Varl. Okay, we always want odd opening for us. We want a let, and Nid is our other archer. Now that Rook is deceased, I do like having more ranged options. We'll probably bring her along in the active. And what other level 3 gear do we have for her? 20 dodge, +3 will. I think we go with the extra willpower. And she doesn't have any points to spend. Bowmaster works out pretty good. Like, her extra long range is very helpful, especially since we start getting some of them items that further boost range. So we'll put in Nid and Gunnulf and Hekon, who are both blenders in Varl form. Kind of tempted by Ivan to round out. Him getting some more levels would not be a bad thing. It's mostly just boosting his willpower, but still. And Ayla is in the same position where, yeah, it's her willpower and her armor, but we do want armor. Some of this I will agonize over later. For now, what other level 5 stuff we got? Knockback. Oh yeah, knockback sucks. Let's go ahead and promote Odd up to 5. Because that will get her top version of Rain of Arrows, which is 3 shots and additional strength later. Very good. Oh, and renown cost for upgrades has decreased from the previous game. And the unit has points available to spend on improving stats. And, right. Once we are capped out, this is new to the sequel as well. Once we are capped out on a specific attribute, we can further increase it with like specialization. I'd forgotten about this. Very helpful. So strength can either give robust, which means we will have a chance to resist damage, which, or artery strike, which is just straight crit chance. And what do we get for armor break? Puncture, extra armor, or chance to avoid armor attack. Again, the defensive skills are usually not super worth it. Now, chance to avoid an attack fully. Dodge is worth it. Bonus hit chance only matters when you're shooting at enemies that you don't have, that have more armor than you can deal with, so Lucky Shot is not really, I don't think, worthwhile. Dodge, 15% chance to avoid an attack outright is phenomenal. Always has been, always will be. Let's cap her armor for 1 point. And, armor regen chance, maybe for the frontliners, not for the archers. And let's go ahead and... I'm tempted by dodge, but I also crit chance is also good. Because Odd is ideally going to be staying back and shooting people, so let's go with that. Good upgrades, okay. And, we can put her up to 6 even. Yeah, I guess she was stacking bodies. Gunnulf, I imagine we could put up to 10. Alet, let's go ahead and, on general principle, choose a second ability. Love that for us. Overwatch. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. Alet knocks an arrow and waits. Any enemy who moves within her bow's range will be struck by her deadly missiles. Sacrifice her immediate attack for a chance to set up against multiple foes. Yes, every enemy who comes into range will be hit. Boy, howdy. And that is the only choice we have for her. Definitely we're doing that. And we have 2 points on top of that. Let's go ahead and just put her armor up to the cap. Like, Overwatch Fire is something that the first game was lacking with our Archer core, and I think we're going to get a lot of mileage out of that. Everybody else, I don't think we have enough renown to promote. Who do we want for our last slot? Ugh, Lidden. I don't even like looking at him. How much would it cost to promote Eggle? 9? Yeah, we don't have 9. He's got decent stats. We'll bring him along for a lark. Avoid training him wrong as a joke. Yeah, them some good heroes. And what items does she have equipped? Oh yeah, +2 dodge, strength, and strength. We like that. Strength for archers is really good. Until we can get up to, +2 for everybody. Everything. Great. We're ignoring the spear fighter who talks to his spear. The guy creeps me out. 2 men approach when no one else is around. One is wearing a wolf cloak and missing a hand. The other is a guard with crazed hair shoved into a helmet. Who are these yahoos? Oh, good. Finally, a moment alone with my new leader. Is that something you need? Seems I should be asking you that. I'm Rugga, the governor of Bullsgard. Yeah, you know what? We can be friendly. Why not? Oh, it's good to meet you. I'm glad you feel that way. I've been watching you command from a distance. Not bad so far. The guard nods his agreement, but says nothing. Yeah, nice to meet you. If that's all, I need to tend to other things. Maybe my advice will have to wait then, of course. I might not be so generous next time. Are you sure you won't hear me out? Ugh, fine, let's hear it. What's your advice? You've never been to Harboring before, right? I've never left Saga before all this. A pretty girl rarely needs to leave her village. I'm sure men were already offering to provide for you. Okay, dude. Last guy who was talking about my marital status, I got kicked out of the fleet, so slow your roll. But I'm from Harboring. It's different than anything you can imagine. Different how? It's the seat of power. Twice as many people as Borsgard, all clawing to get closer to the king. It's a sight, but it'll probably scare you. Yo, when our girl just has, like, look, I'm not really scared of dying. I don't think I'm scared of anything anymore. I'm not easily frightened. Really? I heard he made it this far without killing anyone. I hope that's not out of fear. Hey, buddy, you want to find out? You want to break my streak? I can do what's necessary. Remind yourself of that so you're always prepared to act. I'll teach you what I can along the way. We'll try to shore up the fact that you're a young girl, but it'll take work. He smiles, and with emotion, he and his guard depart. One in the back of the noggin, all I'm saying. Right in the medulla. Snap. idyllic river cruise if it wasn't for the end of the world actively going on around us. Ahead, driftwood has collected, creating an impressive barrier for the longships. I blame the beavers. Alternatively, going ashore has its own risks from whatever might be lurking in the trees. No. Okay, no. We established that the ships were rickety. They are not equipped to break through a wooden dam. Never do this. I've spent some time. I've done some whitewater, right? I've done some kayaking. I've done some canoeing. I've spent some time in the river, and I've done plenty of sailing. You do not use the ship as a battering ram unless it has a ram prow, like a modern icebreaker. These don't. Bank the ships and set the LB axemen to chopping. Probably the correct choice. What do we got? Prepare for portage. Oh god, portaging a longship. This many longships. Okay, so to portage a vessel, if you aren't, if you're not familiar with the term, if you didn't play a lot of Yukon Trail, that is exactly what it sounds like. You port them. That is to say, you like a porter. You carry the boat, and you do that to get around, impassable bits of water, cliffs, waterfalls, something like that, breaks in the stream that you can't manage. Portage sucks. Portaging an entire fleet would take days, 2 days probably. We've got like a couple dozen vessels, it looks like, and that would leave us basically helpless during that process. That's the wrong choice. I don't know what the right choice is, but that's the wrong one. Bank the ships, set the axemen to chopping, park, cut our way through, and then we get firewood as well. Once on land, Ivor, Hakon, and anyone else with an axe starts hacking away at the wood blockage. Thudding sounds fill the air. Moments later, Aruga says, "Damn, we've got company." As Dredge approach from the woods, you realize you'll have to hold them off until the axemen are finished. Okay, yeah, so a fight, but imagine if you were trying to carry a 2,000-pound boat and have a sword fight at the same time. What's it? Don't worry, you can change the difficulty of battles anytime before battle. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. And we don't have the Varl with axes. That's cute. Because they just established all of the axemen are getting called up to fight. I love that for us. That's fun. Comer got that warhammer. He an old man, but he got 17 strength. Let's bring the old timer. He gonna do some scrivening, boy. I feel good about this. Nid, let's see how you do. She's kind of the odd duck out here for stats, but she's also, a little lower level and not a Varl. I think she has a good growth potential. Let's find out. I'll try to feed her some kills if I can, but mostly we obviously just want to make it through the combat. During deployment, yada yada, and yes, we know. So what are we looking at for the dredge? Stone guards, a couple of stone guards, a couple of warriors, one slinger, and that's a destroyer with 15 strength. Woof. Okay. I have a feeling more are going to be coming. This is, I believe, this is like a defend, not just clear the board, like hold for a long time. So let's. What do we got for deployment areas? Gunnulf is right where I want him. That is to say, as far forward. Let's go ahead and put Nid up on Gunnulf's flank, because I think she'll be able to put some grief on that slinger, and I love that for us. Odd, we always want kind of front and center to be able to arrest the movement of larger enemies with rain of arrows. And Alet, back her up on the side. And we got that big feller up there. We'll put a big feller on there. And Eggle, I think he's going to be kind of... Yeah, that's fine. This field should be kind of narrow in the center. Yeah, I feel good about this. Have odd advance. Nice thing about big enemies, they only have so many choices. They can come over here and slip in it. The Stone Guard will just not be able to make it in without triggering her trap card. And likewise, in a round, we'll see if anyone comes into bow range. So we'll get a hit on him. Post it up with that. Love it. Get that debris cleared! Hurry! Okay, if we charge all the way forward, we can get a shot off, but that also puts her in counter-attacking range of that big dredge, so we'll play it a little bit safe. Oh! Yo, Bird of Prey. Fires arrows greater. Oh, great. Cool. Well, we can just shoot further. That is going to be straight strength, so yeah, just chip damage. Still good to know. Gunneth going to burn all of his morale quite quickly. Oh, Rain of Arrows is so good. Oddleaf a beast. That he came up short. Okay, that's a big guy. Let's go ahead and she's right. She's still in defensive mode. I'm wondering if that screwed up like his targeting priority because he just whiffed on otherwise a big hit. Interesting. Food for thought. Let's have Odd fall back ever so slightly, and we're going to set up another rain of arrows for that. Oh. Whoops, I wanted to use 3 and not 1. That's fine, it'll still arrest his turn. Not perfect, but it'll do. Yeah. Bonus armor break damage. Okay, we don't want to do armor break damage. What can we... Alright, we would have 60% chance to knock this guy out. Not great numbers, but that's a coin flip. We can try that. Alternately, we can, break his armor a little bit more, but I think... You know what? Let's flip that coin. Heads, baby! I admit I wasn't expecting him to come around the other direction. That's on me. Oh, and right, he's going to get another turn. Okay, so Nid is probably going to get knocked out in the first fight. Hopefully we avoid too much damage. Whoops. Gotta pay attention to my spatial awareness. Still gonna see if we can, if we can feed Eggle a little, since Nid is getting knocked out, regardless. So it goes. maybe not. 8 versus 6. Okay, she can probably survive 1 hit. Might be the best we can do. Oh, wait. We can use Forge Ahead. Oh, an adjacent ally we can advance. Okay, we can't use that on Gunnel. Too bad. Rude. I don't think we can meaningfully lower his strength enough that he won't be able to knock her down. Yeah, 30% chance. I don't think I'm going to flip that coin. More valuable to strip his armor. Better luck in the next fight, Ned. She'll be fine. Probably. We're kind of cold decking these guys because with 1 strength they really can't meaningfully hurt us. And I wanted to, get a body on Eggle. I guess we'll continue to stand our ground. We lost 1 fighter, but everyone else is pretty decent. But join the others when we finish our job here, you say. Those around you laugh and brace for another round of battle. Look at a big... Oh, that's an elite stone guard. Okay. He a problem. Oh, and it went to the top of the orders. Oh, geez, this might have been a mistake. Okay. If I'd known this second round would have happened, I might have played this differently. Folks are a little bit far forward. At least Gunnulf has got a turn. Okay. We can wound an enemy... Okay, we can strip armor decently with Alet, and then Gunnulf should be able to blend that guy. Well, 8 versus 19. Well, it'll still be up, but it will be weakened. We can work with that. Rude. Wish I knew what path this guy was going to meander in to get to us, because I'd love to trap him. 13 strength isn't terrible, but, I mean, it's, you know, enough. I mean, it's probably going to be in and forward and come from him, right? All right, we're going to... He comes... Alright, it's a little bit of a risk, but we're going to put our trap card down here, and we'll hope the dredge cooperates. He probably won't. Alright, one space shy, but that still means he didn't attack, so... Good enough. Actually, this would be a good... with these three in the center, this seems like a good opportunity to try the old Eagle Eye. Overwatch. Alright, well, he took the hit for his boy, but... Archers. She's stacking a lot of surplus damage on that. That's really good for us. 6 and 6. 6 and... Yeah... More dangerous here. When they said to let, spends her whole turn shooting people, that's 4 arrows she put into it. What a big increase. Okay. Lowered strength. A danger can odd meaningfully hurt the really, really big guy. No. Take his armor down a lot. Or we could... It's an armor hit on anybody. All right, let's peel this fella. Oh, love that. Very happy with that outcome. Like, legitimately so. Can't complain. Another round of Overwatch, because we got a lot of value out of that last time. Okay, well, better on the second round of the fight than the first. I'll take it. Shame about Nid. Would have liked to get her some XP, but an injury. That's fine. Saw it coming. We'll get her trained up eventually. There'll be plenty more violence. Oh, we might make it down this river to the capital without any more trouble. Wouldn't that be nice? You could have Ivor, surprised by his optimism. And I might sprite wings and start flying. Would that make up for your missing arm? Hey, I get to make jokes about losing my arm, not you. I suppose that's fair. So, what are you worried about now? I think you should make use of this trainer and his tent that we haul around everywhere. You can't hesitate anymore when it comes to killing others. Not when it comes to protecting your own. Let's bank the ships and make sure you're ready about challenging your skills. No, don't put me in a tutorial, man. Don't do that. That ain't cool. I thought you were cool, Ivor. I'm gonna click everything else. I ain't worried about it. We're gonna talk to Ivan. He cool. He isn't. You watch a moment for as Ivan, Juno's apprentice, and the Mender found nearly dead at Ridgehorn. He was stone dead. Moves his staff in a complex pattern, repairing some armor. Not a bad festival trick, right? Care to give it a try? Sure. Wait, is that an option? You can teach me to be a mender? Yeah, I'll learn magic. Heck yeah. Sure. Alright, here, try this. Ultimate Buster. He makes an intricate motion with his staff, and broken links in the armor fuse together. You try to duplicate his motions, but nothing happens. Ivan smiles. Well, anyone can be a mender, but the training can be difficult. I'm not sure I like the way that sounds. You've already completed many of the lessons. Tending to wounds, endurance trials, focus, amid distractions. It comes naturally to you. Then what would I have to do if I said yes? Yeah. What's do I get to carry do I get to dual wield like a stave and a bow? I'm here for it. Well, you'd have to practice day and night. Ivan looks up towards the unmoving sun. You'd have to practice quite a bit. It wouldn't be easy. It might not even be popular with clansmen. They're a little skittish around Juno and me. You're not making it sound that great. Well, I've never been much of a recruiter, but mending has its advantages, both on and off the battlefield. Like using lightning bolts to bring down an ancient water bridge. Ivan grins and picks up the armor. Hopefully not. Anyway, mull it over and we'll talk about it again. I've got to check on the fighter who is wearing this. Dude, teach me magic. I'm here for that stuff. Nid was injured. How's she doing? Injured units can still fight, but depending on max strength, to heal as time passes. Specifically when resting. Oh, one day injury. That's fine. I'd like to put us back up to excellent morale anyway. That should be a full recovery. Yep, she's fine. Okay, that was easy. God, it's gonna make me do this before it lets me leave, isn't it? All right, training.
Well, come on in and let's have a look at you.
Sven, the trainer says. After a quick assessment, he says,
Yep, looks like you could stand to learn a few things. I've got 5 challenges for you, and if you can finish them all before we get to armoring, well, I'll let everyone know you've impressed me. Ha!
Sven's laughter is full of phlegm.
Let's start with a few of the basics.
You think about what he's saying. Well, seeing as how I'm being given no choice, I guess I'm ready.
Then we begin!
I know I've done these in the past. I think they're like little puzzle fights. Yeah, you have to get so many objectives. Okay. Form a shield wall. We need the two shields next to each other. Kill an enemy using puncture. That's the archer, and heavy impact to damage through enemies. So while they're stacked up. Okay. Yeah. Hakon does that. The archer's stationary, and an enemy's armor is damaged. So the archer can't move, and we have to damage their armor. And a shield wall, position your raider next to anyone. Okay. We can form a shield wall right away. Done. Okay, problem solved. The pokening! And we want to leave Hakon space to be able to do his thing. But I also kind of want to damage this guy's armor so we can drop him with puncture. I think he's in range of the archer. If not, we'll get him next round. Okay, archers after Hakon. And we're going to use heavy impact. We'll have to see how they stack up. Let's bring over this other raider and just have more targets so they it's not chipping down Hakon for the whole of the thing. Three enemies at once. That is going to be difficult. So ideally, we want another archer like stacked in this space right here. Actually, not another archer, another spear. But because they have reach, they're gonna do what they do. For now, let's do some heavy impact. Well, we don't have to do heavy impact right now because we just want to strip armor. So. Okay, well, put her closer, and next round we can use puncture as long as the archer remains stationary. In the meantime, let's take off. Take off plenty of armor. Y'all kind of stacked up in the wrong place, but that's fine. I think I can bring our boy. Yeah, one space in there, and it might work. Let's find out. Yeah, 3 at 1. Okay. And puncture. Done. I got skills. And they get more esoteric from there. Oh, right, but it is free renown. Okay. That's worth following up on next time where I can. Okay, it's free real estate. We're just going to check the next test. Feel up for the challenge. Yeah, what's the challenge? Because we got level ups pending, and if we get some free renown, it's free renown. Okay. We don't have a lot to work with. What we got here? Damage 2 enemies at once with Thread the Needle. Oh, okay, that's not asking much. Back this guy up so everybody has to stack in closer, right? And yeah, we can shoot through friendlies for that. Yeah, this'll work. We're just gonna let them. We're just gonna hang out for a bit. We're gonna let them, you know, adjust their positioning. Hopefully the Varl are slower, so hopefully the Raiders will stack up a little bit faster. Do I want to move Alette in? Counterfire from the Archer is not worth it. Yo, come on, y'all outnumber. Rush me. Don't be afraid. Just rush me. Alright, we got armor to work with here. I think that's fair. Super easy. Don't know why I had all these boys in the field. How much renown I get for that? Not bad for one arrow. Okay, heck, maybe I'm on a roll. Yeah, what can you show me? The last lesson took a while longer. Oh, okay, so there's 5 lessons before arboring, but only 2 of them available now, so we can't just soak up like 70 free renown. Because I would do that. I'm not too proud. I'm not proud at all. I'm a survivor. But hey, free level ups. Alette, my girl. Let's go ahead and give her a 15% bonus crit chance. Oh man. Improve your ability. This is really expensive, but also I'm going to be using Overwatch a ton. Is this the best use of our resources? No. Is it funny? Yes. So let's let's max out her crit chance. Wait, no, not robust, the other one. Yeah, 15% or 20% crit is fantastic for an archer especially. And let's give her a little more. Do we want break or dodge? Let's go ahead and put that into willpower. Because, again, I think we're doing a lot of offense with her. And improved abilities, what do we got? Okay, Thread the Needle. Overwatch is now Overwatch rank 2, so strength damage +1. Awesome. More arrows. And Puncture is passive for her. So that's +2 strength and +20 dodge, which is nice. That's it's a good statue. One of the best. But we can give her Gauker's Brooch and get +2 to all talents. And +1 will per turn, which is fantastic. And I think, yeah, okay, talents is specifically this stuff. So we trade 2 strength outright for 30%, a total of 30% crit chance, and we get 2 ranks in everything else that we have maxed for free. That's we'll see how it goes. We might miss the raw strength, but I think this is still a pretty good chance. There's a lot of crit, especially because we've put on a lot of arrows. And the extra strength. What is odd swinging? Oh yeah, really good break power from odd. We do like that. Granted, more strength means more hits on Sky Strike. So let's switch that statue over to her. And we'll figure out the rest of it as we go. I still think that's a good choice. Let's find out. Especially because it was basically free renown. We like that. Okay, we're rested up. We're healed. Let's get back on the path. Oh, the clansmen are actually earning their keep now. Fantastic. Look at all the food freshly placed in the supply carts. What's all this about? You ask Oddleaf. The clansmen are trying to help as much as possible now, she says. Whenever they can, they'll forage for nuts and berries or fish and hunt. She hands you a piece of fruit. They may not know how to fight, but they can keep us alive by keeping us fed. Why weren't they doing that on the entire trip so far? Okay. Help with some of our supply problems. I love that for us. Oh, there's a settlement up ahead. At the time when the cramped longships is proving too much for the children, they're climbing the ropes, interrupting the rowers, constantly leaning over the sides to touch the water. Some Varl and clansmen look annoyed. Remind everyone this will soon be over. No, the children don't care. This is Are We There Yet in the Viking Age, right? They're going to forget about that in 10 minutes. Saying nothing is not a good option, ever. Keep your kids by your side. We're at war in Tar Arboring. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Again, 3 days without seeing the enemy on the river. No one knows we're at war. They forget. Move families to specific longships. Okay, keep the kids together with their parents. And at least they'll keep them away from the Varl and from the other clansmen. I think we go with number 4. Keep the families together. You order the longships alongside each other before revealing your plan. Some are shocked and reluctantly follow, while others agree with your decision. The rearrangement takes more time than you expected, but the vessels are soon moving again, with children only climbing over those with children of their own. It cost us a day, but I still think that's the better choice. Crowd begins to cheer from one of the longships as a man struggles with his fishing net as his catch nears the surface, and some voice concerns. You're close enough to make it a large shape and what looks like fur or hair in the net. Fur or hair? What did he... Is it people? Okay, if there are Selkies in this river, we've got more problems. Release your net. Release your net. Everyone hears your clear order, but the man ignores it and continues to pull in the net. An arrow bites into the ship next to the man's arms. Oddleaf has another arrow knocked before you look up. Let go, she tells the man, or I will. His hands open, and some look relieved to watch the unknown catch sink below the surface. I'm not sure if that was a body. I'm not sure if that was, like, a bear. Or, I don't know what he had caught, but it was going to be trouble. How could it not? We've got a settlement we're coming up on. Looks like I see a dock landed down on the river. Shouts from one of your longship grab everyone's attention. The quick construction is proving faulty and the ship is taking apart fast. With the dredge on the banks and all the ships almost at capacity, you consider your options. Ugh. Ugh. Bank the longships for repairs is going to be a fight. It might have to come to that. Have the clansmen board other ships. Then we are trading one overloaded vessel for multiples. Dump supplies? No. Not really an option. Ask shipwrights for advice. I mean, do I know who the shipwrights are going to say they need repairs, right? Like, they're not miracle workers. Bank the longship for repairs. We have fighters, we can use them. Ropes are thrown to those aboard the sinking longship. It's hauled towards the bank. A few dredge appear, but keep their distance. Their glowing eyes and strange hums unnerve the caravan. Okay, cost us a lot of morale, but no blood. We are before this town. I'm going to go ahead and camp here, just so we can boost morale a little bit. Because I like them bonuses. Yeah, right back up to great. A couple days, still worth it. What's Hakon want? I actually care what Hakon wants, unlike, other random characters. Two Var look deep in conversation, but Ivor catches your eye and waves you up. So they've all armed themselves and are running from something. What? Hakon's becoming a dredge scholar, trying to understand the motivations of our enemy. It's just strange that we've never seen their women fight until recently. Good thing, too. We might have lost the Great Wars. Yeah, those slingers are no joke. You think about what to say. Juno says there's a darkness coming. Like, that's as much as we know. Well, but what Valka's say and mean aren't always the same. They speak in riddles, prophecy. She's being quite literal. Well, still, it might explain why the dredge are everywhere. Like someone kicked an anthill. Maybe whatever's coming hit them first. Now, or maybe it's just a new tactic for a new war. If they've learned to crack the ground and call a giant serpent, well, then we're all dead and just don't know yet. Yeah, does anyone talk to the dredge? Can we communicate? Both Var will look at each other. There are rumors that some have tried and been killed in the process. A lot of nonsense. Scold tales about the sound of a dredge's voice making your skin fall off. So there's been no communication with the enemy? Is that normal? We're too busy killing to worry about a fireside chat. Besides, they only ever make warbling sounds. I guess if anyone had talked to them, it'd be the Valka. Good luck getting them to give you a straight answer. Well, I'll leave you two to it. You should know the clansmen have been talking about us killing women and children. Dredge or not. It's not sitting well with everyone. It's just probably the way it should be. I say if it's us or them, we make sure we're still standing. I'm bothered more by your decision to destroy Heinertoff's bridge. Let it go, Hakon. It was the best decision at the time. To collapse a bridge that cost thousands of Varl lives to build. If it weren't for your damn horns, Ingvar, I'd swear you were an overgrown human. The two giants begin trading insults, and you step away, letting them vent. Sensible. Okay, where are we at? Hour and a half. Let's just see what awaits us at this next town, and then we'll probably take a break there. What do we got? Back on the road. I have a feeling we're going to be pulled into a scene, yes, immediately. Smoke from a village catches everyone's attention, and the longships begin to slow. I doubt these scraps of wood we're floating on can hold many more, Ivor says. You feel the governor's gaze on you, and he slowly shakes his head. Woof. Abandon people to their fate because it's the pragmatic thing to do. They might resupply us. I mean, I think it's the best we can... If we can fight off the dredge, they might resupply us. I'm willing to go for that. We're not in a position where we can say we'll help as many as we can, unfortunately. I'd love to, but the ships are already, you know, not in great shape. They might resupply us. Ivor cocks an eyebrow. And who will resupply them when they realize the trade routes are blocked by the dredge? Give them a look and wave the ships to shore. When the ships land, you and a few others rush towards the smoke. The closer you get, the stranger the situation. There's no sounds of battle or people panicking to put out fires.
Keep going, Bulwark growls. We'll see what the dead are carrying.
Navarro's comment defies tradition, but so do many things about him. I'm not here for Bulwark to be looting the dead, but I am curious what burnt this village, if not the dredge. Because if this is not a dredge attack, what's going on? Push on. We'll investigate. A barn is the only thing burning. No one is around. Unusual, Oddleaf says. Some kind of trick? Oh, did we get lured in? Did we get suckered? Oh man, we're too nice. Let's get back to the ships. You arrive in time to see a group of armed strangers throwing your people from a ship full of supplies and pushing away from the bank. From behind an arrow-riddled shield, the leader nods to you. Help people before the water, find them places in the remaining cut of ships. Governor, well, you know, some people still gonna suck, even in the apocalypse. I mean, 2 days of supplies is not terrible. The morale decline, you know, honestly bothers me more. But we were able to forage and keep back to good. A large clump of hazelnut trees looks like a good place for clansmen to stretch their legs and gather supplies. When some land, the children laugh while kicking around the leather rat balls of rags. You notice a Varl on the edge of the clearing, silently staring into the woods. He's watching a lone dredge grunt stalk a squirrel. Might be 100 of them in these woods. The Varl's whisper is still loud enough to scare the squirrel and alert the grunt. It looks at you and the Varl before slowly backing up. Get the entire caravan back on the ships. That takes a while. If they want to rumble us, they're going to rumble us. We're not tracking it. We're getting back in the river. Live and let live? No. Kill it before it alerts other dredge. I think is the correct choice. Your arrow wedges between 2 plates of stone armor, and the dredge cries out in a strange warble. It runs, looting your second shot. The Varl, who made no move to chase the dredge, says, "Better get everyone to stop looking for food and head back to the boats." He sounds vaguely irritated. Still, we had enough time to get some supplies. Everyone watches the shoreline in silence, but no sign of the dredge before it's spotted. Some complain about running from a single dredge, but most just stay quiet and vigilant. You know what? We got more than a day's worth of supplies.
Carved rock on a vacant island. Azalai's godstone almost looks lonely.
Oh, okay. So, that's the right. Aeled is our new narrator. Okay, I'm not doing such a bad job as her. clansmen and Varl are admiring the Godstone. You notice some are missing. His bulwark and his ravens, Alo says. They looked rather upset by my music and all the singing. He shrugs. If they'd rather hang around that large cart instead of joining us, I won't take it personally. But come closer. Let me introduce you to Asile, the god of streaming waters. She is the curves of every river, a guide for those of us traveling unfamiliar lands. The Skald runs a finger over small etchings in stone. Inscriptions from all those who were lost, but found a way back home with our help. Always search around. Always search stones for value. You spend a fair amount of time looking at all the baubles up, but this is when thing strikes you as valuable. As you return to the pitch camp, Elio pulls you aside. We all have our strengths, and mine is in the stories that may very well benefit us all in these troubled times. He says, they're at least worth a listen. He doesn't sound upset. It's a simple request. Yo, Scald, you should be used to people not paying attention. Okay, well, a camp at a Godstone, I think, is a fine mile marker for our session tonight as we are back underway. We have a pretty decent balance of our non-coms and our fighters to, without misadventure, as long as we're able to forage, we can actually, we forage more in a day than we consume, which is great. So it's only when we get robbed and suffer calamity that we're going to be burning a lot of supplies. I think we can make this work. We got renown coming in. We have new training opportunities. Alet is starting to stack bodies. Right, and we have yes, in this game we have the option of just straight converting clansmen into fighters. Which we will want more human fighters, but I also like having clansmen foraging, so these are questions for later. I think we will pick up with our voyage next time. Probably going to call it here and pack it along. A pretty good intro. It's only going to get more difficult from here. Thank goodness we're on the river, and this is the most placid and easy travel that we've had so far. I don't see how anything could stop us from getting to Arboring. It's not like the river is going to disappear. It never has before. So, for now, let's get this thing started right. Thank you all for joining. Take care of yourselves out there. Failing that, try to take care of each other. It's all that really matters these days. Stay cool. It is quite oppressively hot and humid, at least up here where I am. Stay hydrated. And I will see you in the next one.